The perfect program for you is the program that you will do. Personally, I like full body workouts and I like high frequency workouts. That means that I pretty much train every day, and the lifts I pick almost always cover my whole body. I have a very simple way of splitting up the quote unquote body parts. I don't have a body part split. I've almost never used body part splits. I think of the body in 3 categories: push, pull, legs. Ideally, every workout, all 7 days a week, has all 3 categories. I'm okay with myself hitting only 2 of the 3. I pick movements, big compound lifts, that fall under these categories, and they can cover more than one category. In my eyes, I call a deadlift, the pull, and legs. I'd argue the clean and press is all 3. Now, one movement in a session is a very minimal session, but if you pick big, effective lifts, it's entirely okay to have only that one lift in your session. As you see on my channel, really all I'm doing right now is clean and press, and it's skewing heavily towards kettlebell and mostly not touching the barbell right now. I've had periods where I squatted every day. I've done it for 9 months roughly. Right now, I'm at just about 2 months of pressing in some manner with some implement daily. I now have both a 40 and a 32 kilo kettlebell, and find that I actually like the 2-hand swing. The kettlebell is a little more awkward, more odd object than barbells, machines, dip bars, pull-up bars, the usual inside of a gym things. Obviously, the clean and press, as said before, that covers all 3 categories: push, pull, legs. I'd argue that the swing covers legs and pull. I think of the hips, the glutes, as part of the legs for all intents and purposes in these simple categorizations. The swing obviously is hip, glute. That's how you get the bell up to face level. But hiking the bell back down and putting the brakes on the bell, the lats are pretty strongly involved. That's what I'm feeling. And I do see some growth in like lower trap that I hadn't seen before. You are hitting back with the kettlebell swing when the high activation's there, which is why I do the 2-hand instead of the 1-hand. I'm able to fire everything better on the 2-hand. That's another point. Training stimulus that is moderate, that is medium, you oftentimes, especially as you get experienced, you find that those medium intensities are where you fire your musculature far, far harder. And when the muscles are firing, they're growing stronger, regardless of what the workout would look like and say on paper. When the muscles fire hard at those medium intensities, you're getting stronger because they're firing. I also find that the euphoria I get from workouts is much, much higher at those medium intensities, just because I'm getting a better pump, a more sustained pump, more intense and for longer. And I'm not talking stereotypical 3 sets of 10. I'm actually talking light to medium weights for low reps, 2s, 3s, sometimes 5s. Lightweight, medium weight, with as high a purposeful contraction as you can make. I'm liking that aspect of the kettlebell. The ballistic nature naturally forces me to do this. Before I used the kettlebells, I was getting very strong with a very high level of sustainability. I wasn't beating myself down on high frequency deadlifts. But the limitation was that everything I was doing was double overhand, and I never went past the low 200s on the bar weight. It would be in that 185 to 225 weight range, whatever the equivalent was on a Smith machine. This is actually a Smith machine anecdote. But I've found the same on a barbell since, just not as much as I was in that period about 2.5 years back. Your perfect program is the programming that you will do. That varies from person to person. My buddy, he always liked body part splits. He did body part splits. I always liked full body, so I was squatting every single day. And the way I made it work was, if he was training a body part that I felt like I would call the body part he was training one of the categories of those 3 push-pull legs. It worked out well enough. He would want to train biceps one day and I would skip that. He would want to train shoulders and I would call that my push. He wanted to train legs, I'd go and do a few pull-ups and a few incline bench or dips and cover all 3. That's how you have a training partner that trains with a body part split when you train full body. All right. I think that's enough. About 7 minutes in. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.